Yeah, coming here today. By this headliner and that roof was leaking. I think some water might have set in here just a little bit. But this whole thing is out of bowl, it's sagging. So what I want to do here is wet this down. Now I wish I knew the shape of this thing, but I don't. Then I want to wet down the floor. Then I want to get all of this old foam from off of here, whatever this was that they had on. So now, put these buckets on here, and want these buckets to let this headliner I'll let this dry overnight. Might even take a day or two, but I'll leave this sitting here. And what I'm trying to do is get this headliner to form back. It was bowled out, so I needed to lay back down and sit the way it needs to be sitting. So I'll let this sit on here, let this dry, and then that headliner should be somewhat formed better than it was looking before. So I'll let this dry, vacuum up the rest of this water in here. All right, coming at you here today, I'm going to be, I was going to fiberglass this whole piece, but once I got it flattened out, I'm just going to fiberglass where every piece that holds this piece up, like the sun visors, the light, and in the back and the edges, I'm just going to fiberglass those areas just to strengthen those areas, and the rest I'm going to leave this all alone. So that's what I'm doing here today. It's a beautiful day out here in Wisconsin. I haven't checked the temperature yet, but the sun is going to be shining on me here. Beautiful day to work on this fiberglass outside. Perfect day. The Lord bless me today, I'm telling you. Alright, so I want to come in here and I want to wet the bottom side of where this patch is going to go here. Wherever the screws, like the sun visors go there, that middle piece there where the center light go. So I just did the areas. I only put one layer of fiberglass on here. I think that's going to be enough just to strengthen them. And what I do, I come back later and I'll show that I'll drill these out and open these areas up. And then I might have to come through on the other side, and I won't put the fiberglass. If I do, it'll be just a little, but what I do, I come through and I'm gonna put some of the resin on the other side. Alrighty guys, headliner time. So I got the 1/4 inch foam here. This is the pleating foam. So I want to stretch this out from one end Get it as close as I can here. One end of this headliner to the next. So now, one of the reasons I pulled this headliner out, I mean, I guess if it wasn't born in the middle from water probably sitting in there, I probably could have did the headliner in the car. Alright. So with that, I just want to make sure this is covering this whole thing. This whole thing here. See. Alright. I put a little lacquer thinner in there. If fumes get too strong, I always cut the exhaust fan on. And it's just something to keep in mind, guys. Alright, so I'm going to come back after I get all of this sealed on here. So see, with this contact cement, you got to have these pieces both sides. You got to have it well covered with that contact cement, and you got to let this dry. Because if you put this down in a wrinkle or something, if it's fully dry, you can pull it back up and go back down with it again to straighten out your wrinkles. But you want to make sure this is totally dry, or, well, not totally, but you got to make sure it's dry enough that when you put it down, you can straighten out any imperfections. And I'm going to show you how I'm just going to roll this back slowly. This is kind of a big piece. But like I said, I pulled this headliner out, for one, because the windshield was cracked. But for two, if you notice, I got a piece right there in the middle that I put because this kept going down, I think, from water sitting in there from that roof that was leaking. I think water was getting in there and it caused this to bow down. So I had to put a piece of fiberglass right in the middle to keep that from bowing, because it is set like that so long that it just formed that shape. And I wet it down, tried to get it, it got back to form, but I noticed after a while it would bow back. So I just put one strip instead of fiberglass in the whole piece like I started to do. I put one piece right in the center of that, and hopefully that'll help it hold its shape. It has been for a day or so now. So I'm hoping that one piece of fiberglass strip right in the middle of there will help this thing form its shape. If not, then I'm going a little bit too fast, but because then that means I would have needed the fiberglass this whole section here to make sure, because the fiberglass won't bow back. But I'm thinking that one strip helped get me where I needed to be here. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is just start from the middle, and I'm going to walk this down. And this is a little harder to do with the headliner up in the car. And if you got two people, that's better if you're doing it in the car. But most times I'm a one-man band show. I'm going to try to get my son down here when I get ready to install this in the car. But that's almost like, you know, an impossible feat with these youngsters. Alright, so she's laying down flat with the 1/4 inch foam here. I get the foam from, I get most of my materials from the trim shop. I've been getting it from them for years. And then you just want to flip this other side down, back. As so. And then glue this other side down. I'll come back after I get this fully on here. I'm not going to show you the same spraying of the glue the second time, but that's all you got to do. Alright, so now I got this laid on here. So now I just want to come through and cut off the excess. Alright, so today the postman come a bearing gifts. I got just hope it's the right color here. Oh yeah. Yep, that's the color I'm looking for right there. Yes, sir. Now I just hope it reaches from one end of this thing to the next. Yeah, it's gonna lap over fine. Look at that. Alright, so now I just want to measure this out here. Alright. Just wanted to lap over some there. Before they had it cut right at the edge, but I'm going to fold these over just a little bit here. I'm going to just fold this over. Gonna look beautiful, guys. Alright, I'm going to come back after I get my glue. I had problems with the glue the other day. My glue that I haven't did interior work for about three years now. besides little minor things here and there. So the glue that I had in the 5 gallon, I used up about 4 gallons. There was probably about a gallon in there left. But that glue wasn't spraying out when I put the foam on here. So now I ordered another gallon, and hopefully that stuff is gonna spray out better than this is. So, all right, so I'm gonna come here. This new glue is working much better. Spraying out the gun real good. So I just wanna I'm gonna do smaller sections of this at a time. I'm not gonna do the big sections like I did with the when I put the foam on here. So I'm gonna just do smaller sections at a time here. And then what I like to do too, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper before I spray on this edge. I probably only sprayed it here because this is gonna lap over, but I don't want to get none of my glue onto this, so I put a piece of paper down through here so I don't get no overspray on the good material there. So all right, so same as with the when I put the I kind of want to wrinkle this some, to give it the same look, textures that the seats are gonna have, but I better not. I better just lay this down on here. I should wrinkle it, man. I should wrinkle this up some, but I think I'm gonna just lay it down on here nice and flat. Yeah, probably look good wrinkled though. And to wrinkle it, all I would have to do is just not take my time and let it kind of bind up on here some, but I think I'm gonna lay it down flat here. All right, so the headliner here, I got it in. Like I said, I'm hoping that don't bow back out. It look like it's holding up pretty good by me putting that fiberglass in there, but all right, so what I'm doing here now, I gotta cut this way and this way, but all it is little indentations here, and all I'm gonna do now is wrap. Before they just had it cut and it stopped right at the edge here, but I'm gonna fold this over so when I put the inside panels back, it'll just help hold this all in place. But like I said, I started to put wrinkles in it, give it the wrinkle look, like the seats are gonna be the plush velour seats if I get to it, because the seats that's in here, the interior is really nice that's in this car. So he had a few, reefer burns, But it's got somewhat of the pillow seats. It just don't have the plush velour. So I might switch these over to the different fabric. And it's already got somewhat of the fabric here. It's a little bit more of a carpet, but it's gonna go good. I mean, I'm not gonna tear the panels off, and those are gonna look good. Little off in color, but hey, what you gonna do? You know, so just have to see how deep I want to get with this car. But I got the closest red that I could get to that, and if you look on the lighter spots, it matches that color. So this was the closest color I could get with the side panels. So all right, so all I want to do now is I just want to take the glue and wipe it on both sides of the panel here. All right, and then I just want to wait for this to finish getting dry there, then I can tuck this over. All right, so once I let this glue dry some, then I just want to come in and tuck these under. Pull it tight and press it down. I don't know if you're catching that there. Alright, so once I let this glue dry some, then I just want to come in and tuck these under. Pull it tight and press it down. I don't know if you're catching that there. Panel glue is really good glue. But that's it. So then I get this all tucked in here. And then the headliner will be ready to install. I got to go all the way around the side and around the front. So, and all I do in the corners here is I cut it, tuck it under. So I cut, tuck it under, then I bring this one over. I put a little glue up under here before I bring this side. Alright, so I'm trying to film and look at what I'm doing. So I bend this over under, then I stick a little bit more glue on this side and this side, then I start pulling this side over and gluing that down. And then that's how that whole headliner come out there, guys. Come out pretty good here. So headliner looks good, guys. Man, you like these videos, subscribe. I don't really do this, I do my own cars really. I don't mind sharing my secrets because I'm not, you know, in it for the money. I just love cars and I learn to do my own stuff myself. So just willing to show the knowledge. Maybe next summer I'll do like I did my friend Dwayne and try to get all of my cars, but most of mine are works in progress, and try to film all of them and let you know where I'm at with each and every one of them. So you like these videos, man, subscribe, like, and after I get my son down here, I'll probably film us putting this headliner in. So all right, guys, have a good night. God bless. Bye. But like I say, these have the same dentation, so I'm actually gonna figure out where they are at. I think it's 3 or 4. Oh, here's another one. So, and then I'll do the same thing. Put glue on both sides, fold them over, and she'll be done, guys. All right, guys, this is it. Just wanted to show you DIY, guys. Do it yourself. She turned out pretty good here. Turned out pretty good. So I got all the slices in there. She looks pretty good. She's not bowing back too bad. Just a little bit, but she's not too bad. So, all that red, can you tell? All right, see if I can get my son down here and get this thing in tomorrow. Probably be 2 weeks from now when he show up.